Number one, the elections that are coming up are not issue-based as required by Section 224 of the Constitution, which provides that the program as well as the aims and objects of a political party in Nigeria shall conform with the provisions of Chapter 2 of the Constitution. That is, the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy. The right of our people to security, to welfare, to education, to health, and enjoyment, pension and the rest of them. Now, none of the political parties is currently addressing this problem. So INEC has to go back to the drawing table and ensure that elections that are coming up are issue-based. Secondly, this election has to take place because Section 105 of the Constitution allows postponement of election from time to time, but no more than 6 months, if the country is physically involved in a war. It's rather controversial, it's disputable whether we can say we are fighting a war, even though a country like the United States of America has lost over 100,000 people. So we may say we are not fighting a war, as was the case in 2015 when the election was postponed because of the crisis in the Northeast zone. But coming to some of the issues, if the INEC insists that every voter must wear a face mask, that is part of the guidelines issued by INEC pursuant to Section 160 of the Constitution. We must now go beyond the guidelines to make the guideline work. We can't rely on churches and NGOs to carry out the responsibility of the government. And contrary to what the INEC commissioner said, we're not talking of hundreds of millions of naira here. If you are going to, and I do not expect that in Ondo State or Edo State, you are going to have more than 500 voters in each of the states. It's not possible under the current situation. Now, if you are going to make 500,000 face masks, we are not talking of 400 naira per one or 300. It's possible to talk of 200 naira because the higher the quality, the number that you want to make, the lower the price. So we may just be talking of about 100,000 naira, not millions of naira. And so why should that be difficult for INEC to provide? Because the elite must appreciate that many of our people are undergoing excruciating poverty. There are people who cannot afford a mask of a face mask of 300 naira or 400 naira. So we must provide for them.